Everybody, and again welcome back to my channel. So I'm glad that you have completed the first video in the introduction part where we have seen the data types and primitives of JavaScript. Now in this video we will be going a step forward and we will start with expressions and operators in JavaScript. And operators in JavaScript is a bit complicated concept, so I want you to be patient and try doing every single exercise that I'm gonna give you. So let us start. Now what is an expression? First thing, an expression in JavaScript evaluates to a value. It will give us a value. You have seen some complicated mathematical expressions. We have to find the answer. You will be confused what to do first: multiplication, division, plus, minus. You are confused in such quizzes. That's nothing but an expression. Now an expression in JavaScript contain three things. The first one is an operator. The second one is an operand. The third one is a variable. That is an optional one. Now coming to the first one, that is an operator. Now what is an operator? Now an operator is something that helps you in giving the result you desire. For example, if you consider 3 plus 5, plus is your operator, that is going to help you to get your sum 8. 3 minus 5 going to give you minus 2. That minus is going to be your operator. Now coming to the next one, now what is an operand? Now the operand are those numbers or variables on which the operation is being performed. Now if we consider 3 plus 5, the 3 and 5 are operands. Now before going to the all types of operators in JavaScript, you have to understand two things, that is a unary operator and a binary operator. The unary operator is something which contains only one operator with one operand. But a binary operator is something that contains at least two operands within itself. For example, consider 3 into 5. The multiplication becomes here your binary operator. But if you come to the minus x, or you consider plus x, that's going to be a unary operator because there is only one operand. So I think it is very clear now. Now let us start with the first thing first in an operator is the arithmetic operator. Now if you're familiar with previous C language, C++, they are almost similar, but there is a certain differences because JavaScript. Now you can see the list of all the operators, arithmetic operators here. Let us go onto the screen and see them one by one and understand each of them. Okay, now come on to this. Go here. Developer tools, you got here. You're in the console. Sorry, you're in a console. Some errors, so I'll remove all those things. Now I have my fresh screen here. The first operator, plus operator. Now this operator is not very simple. Don't think it as a simple plus. This operator can be used to add numbers, concatenate strings, and also to change a sign of a variable. Now that sounds complicated. Let us come to the screen here. For example, if I took var sum is equal to 2 plus 3 semicolon, if I print sum, that's very simple. I get 5. If you noticed my second statement, I said this plus can be used to concatenate strings, joining strings. You see here var name is equals to, if I take my name plus, if I take my name plus, got it. Now what if I put name? I got it. So combining the strings, adding the numbers. So what happens if you give one string and one number? That is a very interesting thing in JavaScript. Now if you add one string and a number, it will just concatenate. But if you multiply, divide, modulize, or subtract a string from a number, it is going to convert that string into a number and perform the operation. That's tricky, I know, but let us move on to the screen here and see var. Okay, what I'll do is I'll take some a is equals to, I'll take one string, I'll put plus, I'll put a number. So the expected answer here is that string just combined with 5 because it is plus. So if I print a, I got that just combined. Now what if I take minus instead? var if I take f is equal to, I'll take a number into the string minus 5. Now the expected result is 5, obviously, because as I told, except plus, all the operators minus multiplication, division and modulus is going to convert your string into a number. If you print f, you're gonna get 5. Now you may have the doubt, like, what if I take my name minus 5? Let us try that thing. I'm also curious about that. What if I put minus here, undefined? You get a, not a number. Because it's not converting your number into some ASCII code or value. No, it is just thinking like, no, that string is an alphabet and I can't convert an alphabet into a number and subtract it with a number, so I'm gonna just return it's not a number. So if did you understand the concept? Let me give you one more example. Mul is equals to 2, okay, into 5. Mul has to be 10. You got it. that's a bit confusing, but it would be useful at certain times, at certain places it would be useful. So the first operator that we discuss is an arithmetic operator plus, that could either be used to add numbers, concatenate strings, and all the other cases that I have just shown you. Now the second operator is your multiplication operator, and it is very simple operator. In it's just going to multiply two numbers here, and you've seen the recent case, like if you multiply a number and a string, it is going to convert that string if it is a number and do the respective operation. See, I know this video is a bit complicated, but you have to be patient and try to grasp each and single word of mine, so then only you'll understand these things. Now moving on to the next thing is multiplication. Now we are now what about subtraction? It's just gonna minus, it's gonna do the subtraction as we do in mathematics. But again, if you take a string and if you take a number, then it will try to convert that string into a number and try to subtract it. If the string is not a number, if the string is an alphabet, then it is going to return an A, and that is not a number. That's very simple. Let's try I've already shown you that. Now but the multiplication is done. Coming to the modulo. Now the modulo operator will always return a remainder. Now you know what is a remainder. You have done that, so basic mathematical divisions in your schools, right? If I do 3 divided by 2, you can see that I have some remainder, I have some quotient. You have dividend, you have divisor. So what this modulo gonna return is going to return the remainder. It's not gonna return the quotient. Okay, let's see the example. Var x is equals to, if I do 3 mod 2, if I print x, I get 1. You know that in the remainder you got 1, right? Remainder was 1, that it is going to return. If I do the same thing with the divide operator, it is going to return the quotient. 3 by 2, you got it. Now the expecting answer is 1.5. That's very simple. Now it's very simple. Now we are done with the basic arithmetic operators. Let us move on to some advanced operators. Now increment operators. Now the word increment means, and programming, increment means just adding 1, incrementing, adding 1 to a variable. Decrement with removing 1 from a variable, subtracting 1 from a variable. For example, if I take a variable x here, which is equal to 10, and if I do x plus plus, that plus is an increment operator. Now this increment operator can be of 2 types: post increment, pre increment. Post means it is going to be returned after the expression, after the variable name. Pre means it is going to be written before the expression or before the variable name. Now what's the difference? Now the post increment, what it is going to do is, it will first store your variable, first evaluate your variable, and then increment the value. But when you come to the pre increment, increment the value, then evaluate the expression. Let us come here and see, what if I do x plus y? I know you will be expecting the answer 11, but it is completely wrong. The answer will be 10 itself. You got answer 10. You know why? Because it has evaluated first and you got the result, but it has incremented after evaluation. That means if I print now x, I'm gonna get 11. That is the logic here. Okay, I know it will be a bit hard in the starting, but as you practice, it is going to be easy for you. So let us move on to the next one, pre-increment. What if I do the same thing with pre-increment? X equal to 10 again. If I do plus plus x, then increment. First increment the value. First add 1. 10 plus 1, 11. Then evaluate. Now in this expression, no doubt you will get 11. Yeah. If you print it again, you will get 11, no doubt, because it has incremented first, then evaluated the expression or the variable. Now, if you come to the decrement, it is the same concept, pre-decrement, post-decrement, the same thing. Var x equal to 10. If you do x minus, we'll first get 10, then we'll get 9. If you do the same thing, minus x, you will get 8 here, but the increment. And these increment operators are very, very important, and they will be very useful when you are handling with some loops and all. So please try to do the exercises mentioned concerning the increment operators and decrement operators. Now let us move on to the next operator, that is power operator in JavaScript. Power. Now in mathematics we have 2 power 2. 2 into 2, that means 2 times 2. It's not like that we are multiplying that 2 with 2. You're taking the digit and multiplying the number of times the power is mentioned. For example, if I take 2 power 8, take 2 8 times and multiply it. That is the meaning of power, right? So in order to do this thing in JavaScript, you need to take 2 multiplication symbol. For example, if I want to do 2 power 3, what I will do, I will write 2, I will write 2 multiplication symbol, then I will write 3. So what would be the result? 2 into 2 into 2, that's gonna be 2 2's the 4, 4 2's the 8. You get it. 2 into 3, 8. I got it. Simple. It was about the power. Now coming to the next one is your this was all about your arithmetic operators. These are your arithmetic operators. Now there are 2 more operators left, unary plus and unary minus. Plus and minus. Now what unary means, they will only have one operand within itself. Operand means either could be a number or could be a variable, so it's gonna have one of them. So if I take a variable x and I put a minus, if I evaluate an expression minus x, it is just going to change the sign of that variable. Come here and see, var x is equal to 5 I have taken. Now if I do plus 5, okay, if I do minus 5, sign is also do minus of minus here. We'll check var x equal to 10. I'll take rather minus 10. What if I do minus x? You got it? That minus of that 10 and the minus of the variable made it plus 10. That was that's what I was about to explain you. So that was about the unary plus and unary minus.